Well, hello there. In this video, Dave will go over some updates to his German language learning software. Also, I may chime in from time to time to correct his atrocious pronunciation. Los geht's.
Okay, just a bit of an update on this tool I've been working on. I've added a few new features here, namely a word scramble and some listening practice. But I'm going to do a quick run through of the stuff so far. So we've got a basic practice section. This will generate sentences.
And poof, another sentence appears.
Simple as that. Here's a sentence. I'm going to try to figure this out. Das neue Brot liegt in einem Regal. The new bread, what is this? Lays on the shelf, I think.
Regal.
Yeah. The new bread is lying on a shelf.
So, the correct way to say that is, das neue Brot liegt in einem Regal. I hope it is wrapped up so it doesn't get moldy.
Okay, pretty close. So we can click on all these words.
Brot.
Get, if we don't know what they are, we can get the meaning down here and also the pronunciation. Most of the words should be vocalized. Some of them,
Brot.
not so much.
Neue. Das einem Regal.
Okay, so that's quite useful. Riddles. This will generate a big paragraph describing some concept without using the word. Try to guess what it is. In this case, Fleisch, some meat. It was von einem Ort an einen anderen befördern. Well, let's see what it is. Schicken. Okay.
Let me read that for you, Dave. Etwas von einem Ort an einen anderen befördern oder versenden, um es einer anderen Person zukommen zu lassen. Man kann Briefe, Pakete oder digitale Nachrichten auf diesem Wege übermitteln. Which means to transport or send something from one place to another in order to deliver it to someone else. You can transmit letters, packages, or digital messages in this way.
So we got pronunciation. I've gone over this before. You can load in a model, generate words, phrases, or sentences, and try to get the model to understand what you're saying. I think it works okay. I'm not going to load that in now. It takes a moment. Here's a quiz. This mainly focuses on getting correct articles. What is the correct article for build?
Okay.
There's a variety of different kinds of questions that they are framed within, so it's got a bit of variety here. Got some flashcards.
Folgen.
Folgen, to follow. Of course, we got a nice, cute Katze. Sad.
Traurig.
Traurig. Didn't know what that was.
Schwach.
Schwach.
Finden.
Finden. To find. So I've created a bunch of AI-generated artwork here for a number of these words. I just thought that would be kind of interesting. Here's music.
Die Musik.
Die Musik. To forget. Oh, this guy doesn't know what's going on.
Vergessen.
Vergessen.
Essen.
Essen. That's eating. She's eating something. So this is kind of handy. I tried to go with sort of a, I don't know, medieval Renaissance sort of a style of painting. So there's a bit of consistency among the images.
Die Post.
Thought that was a bit of fun. So now for some of the new stuff, we got a word scramble here. So
Give me a moment
this will
to scramble
generate
up these words.
This will generate a sentence in English in a moment. She's thinking in the background using Gemma 4. So we got our English sentence here. I might want to sit on the bench with my backpack later. And a whole bunch of words in German we got to throw up here in the correct order to try to articulate this idea. I'm not going to get this correct at all, but let me generate a new one here.
Just give me a moment to mix these words up.
Here we go. This is a bit simpler. We often walk through the dark path. Oh my. We. That's often. walk
Gehen.
through.
Durch den Dunklen weg.
Have I got that right? That's through, right? Dark path. Now, like I'm thinking about this, this is like English word order, so this is sort of the essence of the thing here. I'm pretty sure I've got the meaning of these words correct, but word order in English and German, it's not the same. So trying to the purpose of this tool, I guess, is to try to figure out the differences there. So let's see what we got. So I haven't got that right. I have a so I can click on them to switch them. Yeah.
Excellent.
So we go often through the dark path, which in English still is a perfectly sensible sentence. Anyway, so then we've got a listening tab over here. So for this, we're going to load in a sentence.
New sentence loaded.
And I'm going to play it.
Das kleine Zimmer ist schmutzig.
So I'm going to try to guess what that is. I've got the volume turned down, so I actually can't hear it very well. But also I've got different speeds, so I'm going to slow it down to 2/3 speed, or roughly that.
Das kleine Zimmer ist schmutzig.
Right, like I said, I've got the volume turned down, so I can't hear that. But the idea is I should try to listen to that and try to make some sense of it. What did I just hear? What was being communicated? And if I want a bit of a clue, I can reveal the text. Das kleine Zimmer ist schmutzig. So the little, I'm not sure what this is dirty.
Zimmer.
The little room is dirty. Small room is dirty. Okay, so that's good. I got that right. Except I didn't know that this was a room. So let's load another one.
Sentence loaded. Mein Bruder findet die Musik sehr gut.
So I couldn't quite hear that. I've got it turned down so that I can do this recording without getting crazy feedback effects. Mein Bruder findet die Musik sehr gut. My brother finds the music looks good? Is good, I think. The music, oh, very good. Okay. Yeah, very. So, wasn't sure about this word, but I think I got most of the rest of it correct. Yeah, so that's basically it. I've added these two new sections. This seems to be pretty tricky, but it's helpful to puzzle out the differences in word order between English and German. I think I'm going to develop this a bit more for some of the specific grammatical phenomenon rather than just trying to guess at it.
Dave is hinting at such phenomenon as separable verbs, where verbs behave something like parentheses, modal verbs which involve verb final placement, and many other quirks of grammar that affect word order.
More targeted lessons, I guess. Put some more buttons in here to control for various phenomena. And I'm pretty happy with this so far. Maybe I want to load sentences that have, I don't know, specific themes rather than just sort of random sentences.
Here's another. Das Regal ist sehr groß.
Das Regal ist, what did I hear? Is something gross? Das Regal ist sehr groß. The shelf is very big. Okay, good. Well, anyway, that's where I'm at with this thing. I'm pretty happy with it. So far, I've had quite a bit of fun using it, actually.
I think you will
it's
get
working
this
out pretty
one.
well for me.
Yes?
Now, I do have an earlier version of this software that doesn't include these two tabs available to download on my Patreon page. It's for free. You don't have to pay for it. It's just I've got it stored over there. So I'll try to put a link for that in the information below this video if anyone's interested. I mean, it's not really a very complicated piece of software, but I think it's kind of interesting. Obviously, you will need to have LM Studio running a large language model in the background for this to work. I'm using Gemma 4 26B, but you could use a different one. It's entirely, you just, whichever one works here, you put the name of it here, and when the software opens up, it will immediately try to load it in LM Studio, so long as the server is running. So it should just open it automatically. In fact, I can try that right now. Let me try unloading this. And now, so now, whoop, if I try to load a new sentence,
I wonder what this sentence could mean.
it's just gonna it's gonna notice that there's no language model, so it'll just try to load it up in LM Studio automatically, provided you've downloaded it through here. It's gonna figure it out back in the background here, and when it's got its sentence generated, it'll throw it up in here. It's taking a while. Oh, I've got thinking turned on. Don't want thinking. This is gonna fail, yeah. It's thinking too much.
I wonder what this sentence could mean.
Not all models do this. This model has a thinking mode and a non-thinking mode. We do not want it to think. So it goes a lot faster when it doesn't have to think. And there's all sorts of models you could use this with. I would recommend using one of these Gemma models. They're very, very good. They come in a lot of different sizes. So even if you've got a very basic computer without like really beefy hardware, there's going to be one of these models that should work on your computer just fine. And they're just generating basic sentences. You don't really need a super complicated language model to do this kind of thing. Well, that's about it. I hope this was interesting.
That is all for this video. Dave may make more videos about this tool if he develops it further. Bis später.